Hi, it's about 9 o'clock on Saturday, the 15th of September. Slow today, but we are still having issues with our secure server. But I got an email, which was kind of interesting. This morning, I got a call from FEMA Region 4 requesting the data on large high water vehicles, right? And so we actually got this several days ago, and so we put our research team on it, and they found maybe a dozen or 15 different organizations that sell or rent these all over the country. And the requirement changed because it wasn't high water vehicles, it was treaded, like bulldozer treads, right? Treaded vehicles. And this was for, setting poles and doing power restoration, in swamps, basically, or higher water things where maybe trucks couldn't get in there, a standard size truck. So I got this email from Phil Strauss in Region 4, and let me can you see it? Yeah, let me read this here. It says, Tom, here's some fruit that has sprouted from the phone call this morning to help meet a time-sensitive need with another private sector partner for high water vehicles for transmit through numerous flooded areas. Tonight in the shift change brief on the floor of the RRCC, the Deputy Response Division Director, a former Marine who doesn't pass out accolades on a regular basis, interjected at the beginning of the briefing that the private sector team had a big win today in quickly working together with key partners, quote unquote the AHC, that's kind of interesting, to provide a solution for the other for others in the private sector to get what they needed accomplished in a critical mission. This teamwork helped reduce a $900,000 power outage situation by approximately $400,000, a 50% decrease in people without power in the middle of a dynamic and continually developing situation. There are more than 100 federal and NGO personnel in the RRC who have been working nonstop for the past 6 days with no end in sight. When this was announced that our combined efforts had made a tangible and beneficial difference on the ground, you at first could hear a pin drop and then jubilant expressions replaced with weary masks that had been worn for the past 36 to 72 hours. Phil, you're too kind. I think we energized more than just the power lines today. Thanks for the partnership and making it positive difference. So this email was one. It's a great win for the team of people that have been involved in this at Edison Electric Institute. Certainly the states, the private sector. John Molnar, who runs our program office. Marvin Frias, some of the guys that do the research. That's quite an impressive stat. I'm kind of speechless. But anyway, that's the power of working together. And the consortium is just nimble and trusted. And I got to say, it's the trust factor that makes all the difference in the world. So anyway, that's my update. Thank you, Phil Strauss and Region 4 for the accolades. And thank you all for trusting us with the information and the needs that you need. We'll work through the processes, but apparently this time it worked very well. Anyway, have a good evening. We'll talk tomorrow.